Welcome to Richmond Speech Therapy Speech Talk videos. In this session, I'm going to be talking about how to find a speech and language therapist in the UK. It might be that you or a loved one is concerned about maybe speech, language or social communication difficulties, and what you're looking for is that professional opinion on how you're doing or how your loved one is doing. Maybe you want a bit of assessment, a bit of therapy, but you don't know where to start in terms of looking for that. Well, I'm here to help you with that. I'm Alison Batten from Richmond Speech Therapy Services, and I'm going to be talking you through that today. So, to start off with, there are two routes to finding a speech and language therapist. You're either looking at government-funded routes, so by that I mean looking into a therapist from the NHS or maybe the local authority, or the second route is privately funded, so funding it yourself basically by private or independent speech and language therapists. I'm going to talk you through both routes so you know how to find a speech therapist, whether you're looking for that government-funded or independent funded therapist. So, let's walk you through the government-funded first. Now, if you're an adult looking for a speech and language therapist, maybe the best thing to do is simply to go to that person's GP and ask the GP to make a referral. You can do the same for a child, going to their GP to ask them to make a referral, but probably your best bet is going to be to go to your child's SENCO. So that's their Special Educational Needs Coordinator, and they'll be based at your child's nursery or school. They'll have done lots of referrals to speech and language therapy before. They'll know all about it, so they are by far your best bet to go to talk about your concerns. But if your child isn't in a nursery or school at the moment, don't worry, there's still a route in for you. So you can either talk to your health visitor about your concerns and they can make a referral. You can go to your GP and they can usually make a referral. And in some areas, you can actually make the referral yourself, but it might be worth finding that out. So there you go. How to access government-funded speech and language therapy, route 1. So you might find that in your area there are waiting lists for particular types of therapy, and most likely the NHS or local authority will have criteria about which clients they will see. So if you're hoping to skip that waiting list or to access therapy where you wouldn't usually be able to access it by government-funded therapists, then your route will then switch to maybe wanting to go for an independent or private speech and language therapist. Let me talk you through that now. Now, of course, one way to find an independent speech and language therapist is simply to do a Google search. We all know how to do that, don't we? Type in independent speech and language therapist or private speech and language therapist near me, and boom, you'll get a list of therapists around about your area. But the only thing with doing that is that you might only bring up a short list of the therapists in your area, and there may well be more out there that you've missed. Also, it doesn't necessarily guarantee the qualifications of those therapists that come up in your search. You can't guarantee that they've actually got the qualifications they say they have. You can, of course, check that out via looking at their HCPC website and going to the Royal College website of speech and language therapists. But there's an easier way. So my recommendation would be that you go to this website. It is www.asltip.com. Bit of a mouthful, but it stands for the Association of Speech and Language Therapists in Independent Practice. Also, they have a really handy Find the Therapist search. Brilliant. So all you need to do is type in your postcode, they then filter it for the age of child and the type of difficulty that you're wanting work on. Pop that into the search and it will come up with a full list of all the qualified speech and language therapists in your area. And therapists on that website, you know that they'll have been checked. They'll be a member of the Royal College of Speech and Language Therapy and the Healthcare Professionals Council. So you've got a bona fide therapist there. So there we go. That's my quick whistle-stop tour on how to find a therapist. If you'd like to know more about how to find the right therapist for you, then you might want to click on my next video. Okay, so you've got this list now of therapists. How do you weed out the right one for you? That will be on my next video. I'm Alison from Richmond Speech Therapy, and I hope this video has been useful.